Hey, what's up, champions? Gediminas here. Hope you guys are doing fantastically well. Welcome to Financial Freedom TV. And today I wanted to talk about the meaning behind what you do. So if you're watching a replay of this video, please do me a massive favor and drop replay into the comments. If you're brand new, if you're watching one of my videos for the first time, please do say new in the comments as well. And if you get value from this video, feel free to share it or maybe tag some people into the comments below. So today I wanted to talk about two people, actually three people, right? The first person is Samuel Pierpoint Langley. The other two people are the brothers, Orville and Wilbur Wright. Now, you may not heard of Mr. Langley, but you probably heard of the Wright brothers, right? Well, both of these guys, or Langley and the Wright brothers, at the same time, were striving to do the same thing. They were trying to create an aeroplane. They were trying to create a machine that would fly in the air, right? Not the air balloon, etc., but the actual airplane, right? And around the same time, both of these guys have tried to create an airplane, right? Now, Langley was a very well recognized person, very famous, was very well financed, right? Got a lot of money to do what he was doing, and he was trying to create an airplane. On the other hand, the Wright brothers, they didn't have much money. They didn't have much of anything. They didn't have any education. They didn't have much money. They just had a bicycle shop, and they used their earnings to try and create an airplane. Now, we know in history, we know who created an airplane, right? It was the Wright brothers eventually who were the first ones to create an airplane and go up in the air for about a minute, right? They flew for about a minute, and that was it. The history was made. They made the airplane. Langley, on the other hand, never created the airplane and gave up. Now, there might be many different reasons why it happened the way it happened, but one of the big reasons was the reason why they were doing it. You see, Langley, he wanted to become famous. He wanted to become famous. He wanted to make a lot of money, and that was his reason. He wanted to become the next Edison, the next, famous person who invented something and who makes his mark in history as, an inventor, right? So he did the whole thing. The whole mission of creating an airplane for him was to become famous, to make a lot of money, to get a lot of to get a lot of respect, etc., right? So that was his reasoning behind doing it, right? Personal gain. On the other hand, the Wright brothers, they had a different idea. Their reason to create an airplane was the greater good of humankind, is to help people travel faster, easier, better, right? His goal was to make everyone's life better, right? They didn't want fame. They didn't want to make a lot of money. They just wanted to change people's lives. And eventually, people who supported the Wright brothers, they would come to work failure after failure after failure. They would support them even if there was no money in it, etc., right? Because they knew that the Wright brothers had a mission. They knew that the Wright brothers were doing something great, something with a bigger cause, whilst Langley constantly experienced problems and challenges, and people were not very keen to help him because they knew that he was doing it all for the personal gain. And finally, when the Wright brothers actually made it possible, when they invented the airplane and they flew, Langley gave up. He didn't try to improve on their design. He didn't try to make a better airplane. All he wanted was to be the first, was to get the honor and the fame. Once the Wright brothers created the airplane, he just gave up and got out of the field, right? Now, why am I sharing all of this story with you? Well, exactly the same way, it is super important your reason for doing your home-based business. If you're doing it just for the money, very often you'll find it's going to be very hard to make the money. Very often you'll find it's going to be very hard to find customers, to find team members, to get them motivated to do something, etc. It's just going to be such a painful process. But when you're doing it with a mission, when you're doing it because you want to help people, because you want to change lives, because you have some sort of a mission, money becomes a byproduct of it. You still make the money, you make lots of it, but that's not the priority. And even your goals, when you write your goals, yes, you can have your income goals, but if that's the only thing you have, If the only reason why you're doing this is to make that amount of money, money is not going to motivate you. At least not when you lose your motivation. At least not when you hit the hard times. Money is not going to motivate you. But if your mission is to change so many lives, if your mission is to help your family, if your mission is to do something greater, then guess what? Even when you hit the challenges, even when you hit the difficult times, it will still keep you motivated. You will still keep going because you know your mission. And you wouldn't give up on your mission, but you would give up on the money. You know what I mean? So it's so important to think, what are the reasons that are driving you? And are you clear about them? And are you sharing those reasons with other people? So that's the tip for today, my friends. Hope you got value. If you did, feel free to share this video. And of course, if you're not yet in network marketing, if you're not yet building a home-based business, you're not yet have a stream of passive income coming into your bank account every single month, but you would like to start creating some sort of financial freedom and get this extra stream of income every month, then do drop me a message. I would be more than happy to share with you what is it that I do and help you do the same. So have a great day, and I'll see you at the top. Bye for now.